How's it going? So, I took a break today. I didn't get a chance to work on the car and fix it. I'm probably just charging my phone again with the Jenny tonight. See if maybe I can do some work tonight. But I took a break today to go watch Avatar: Fire and Ash, the new Avatar movie. And I've seen a lot of reviews, people talking about how it's basically number 1 and 2. You know, it's kind of recycled, which that's not what I'm here to talk about today. And a lot of people were talking about they kind of felt just numb to it because it was the same remix of shit. It was probably the wrong movie for me to be watching right now, because I'd rather live there. Like, I would rather be in that style of life. Am I the only one that feels that way? Like, modern life on Earth just fucking sucks so much that I would rather live as a tribe. And, like, just that kind of living off the land, living as more traditional. I don't know. To me, it seems like more and more I see this talked about where people are just fed up. Like, people just hate the world. And I don't hate the world so much as I fucking hate living here. I hate living this way. And, like, is it just me? Am I the only one that feels that way? Like, the way we live today is just not the way we're meant to live. Like, I live out of a car, like, so I live worse than most, and it's like, it's minus degrees for the next week, right? I think, mostly in my area, it's a high of, like, mid-teens. That's without wind chill. With wind chill, it's like minus 10, minus 20. Like, but that's kind of besides the point. Most people don't live the way I do, but even if, like, I just don't feel like we're living the way we should be living these days. I would rather live like they live in Avatar. That's probably a wrong misconception. Like, honestly, it doesn't even have to be like Avatar. I would rather live 200, 300 years ago, where you could build your own life, like, without the world controlling every little fucking thing you do. I'm tired of the constant power struggle of control. From even down to the governments, starting to say that we can't even sleep in our cars in some areas. Like, you can actually get written up and arrested for sleeping in your car in your driveway. Seriously, it's happening in a lot of cities. Where it's becoming illegal to live in our cars. Along with what's quickly becoming all this surveillance. They're talking about pre-crime, stopping you before you even commit a crime. And I'm not trying to get political, right? I'm just... These are legitimate problems I see, and the fact that you have to clock into a job to even survive. Like, there is no other option. Like, they're outlawing being homeless. They're like, you can't survive in the world barely with working 2 jobs. I know people that work 2 jobs and barely make ends meet. My buddy, he was working 3 part-time jobs just to get by. This just can't be the way we were meant to live life. Like, back in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, at least you had a shot to make a decent life. And I think most people are just feeling this. I think a lot of it just comes down to people are feeling it because they feel hopeless. They feel like this life is hopeless. It just, honestly, I kind of sat here for a little bit, just kind of pondering. I walked out of there feeling just depressed. Like, watching how beautiful this world is, and how like, as a community they are. We don't have any of that nowhere today. Like, there's no community anywhere. That people aren't there for each other. And again, you can't even survive these days working 3 jobs. Housing is unaffordable. I live in my fucking car. And keep in mind, I was living in my car when I was making $25 an hour installing garage doors. Like, you know, like, this isn't just something recent. You know, if any of you have been watching my older videos, like, this isn't something new. Like, most people can't survive these days. I hate this life. I hate living like this. I hate the way the world is becoming to where you don't even have a chance. Now, I don't really believe that you don't have a chance. You know, there's definitely stuff you can do. But I'm just talking about the general aspect of how this movie made me feel in this, how much it kind of occurs to me like, I would rather live off the land as a native or just in a tribal setting than live like this. Is it just me? Am I the only one that feels that way? Like, we were just never meant to live like this as a civilization. Like, I get modernism, you know. You know, I'm a guy. I love classic cars and trucks. You know, that's always been my thing, is classic cars, trucks, working on machines. I love it. I'm good at it. But I think I would still choose living off the land, you know, building my own future. Having a traditional style family in those settings, you know, providing for my kids, providing for my wife in a traditional setting, living in a tribe, you know. I don't know, it's just, I would rather have that community of a tribe. I don't know. It was just kind of something I was thinking about as the movie kind of goes. And it does kind of give an interesting thought that, you know, for tens of thousands of years, we mostly lived in small villages. We were a community. Small villages, small camps, you know, small towns. It's only very recently that these big cities have really changed all that. And with the rise of social media, nobody goes out and does anything anymore. You know, I think a lot of young men, too, are feeling it. Yeah, where, you know, they want to strive to build a life. And the world doesn't let you build a life anymore. You know, the world just wants you to work a job and then fuck off. I don't know. I liked Way of Water. I didn't think it was too bad. It was a pretty good movie. It was definitely a fucking spectacle. I mean, it was about fucking 4 hours long. It's a long-ass movie. You know, it was definitely recycled. I didn't really intend for this to be a review of the movie. Just kind of a thought, you know. I'd rather live in a world like that. Even without all the cool space Navi shit where you can connect with the world. You know, just live in a setting like that. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. But I'll be coming tomorrow. I'm probably gonna run to my storage unit and maybe make a couple more videos. See if I can push some more videos up to you guys about my toolkit, and see if I can maybe get the work done on my car tonight. So, sorry if that video's gonna be a little dark. Sorry if this video's a little dark. But, appreciate anybody that is watching. Peace.